Hello everyone, my name is Yiyuan Wang, a third-year landscape architecture student at the University of Michigan. Welcome to the next Climate Refuge, Detroit. It is an urban renewal project driven by climate-adaptive vacant land design strategy that seeks to position Detroit as the next destination for climate migrants. Let's start it by looking at what climate change will do in North America. Sea level rise, flooding, and extreme weather pose a mental health threat to northeasterners. Summer thunderstorm, muggy weather will stay in the southeast. The southern Great Plains flips between heat waves, tornado, drought, hurricane, and hail. The weather is dramatic and consequential. In the northwest, the hottest and driest corner of the country is already suffering for heat waves, drought, and increasing wildfire. Where is the climate-safe home of the future? Because of the minor weather and abundant fresh water, climate change experts said the Great Lake region could become a climate refuge and experience waves of the migration. What is the climate refuge? A climate refuge, also known as climate haven, is the place with low risk of being destroyed by the various environmental impact of climate change, which include extreme heat, sea level rise, inland flooding, drought, wildfire, increasingly frequent hurricanes, and tornadoes. So let's think about this. Could Detroit become a climate refuge of the future? Here are three presidents cited for climate refuge: Duluth, Minnesota, Buffalo, New York, and Cincinnati, Ohio. Duluth is a hot candidate for a climate refuge. City's cold temperature, abundance of fresh water, and active local engagement in infrastructure construction make it an ideal climate refuge. But the housing shortage could be a major problem. Buffalo had already received approximately 10,000 new resident climate migrants for Puerto Rico following Hurricane Maria in 2017. The city has successful refugee resettlement practice and experience to learn from. From Cincinnati, the city adopted its green plan, which provides a rough guide for how the city can play host to 100 climate migrants households per year. Meanwhile, Buffalo, Cincinnati, and Detroit are legacy cities within the Rust Belt, which means Detroit could learn more from the experience of Buffalo and Cincinnati. As a climate refuge, it has to be climate-friendly and safe in the future. By scoring these four cities based on projection of future climate hazard, Detroit doesn't look too far behind the other three in terms of climate safety, which means Detroit has potential to become another climate refuge in the future. It is worth noting that Detroit has higher score in flooding and heat stress, which means that these two could be a major climate hazard in the future. In fact, both problems are exposed now. There are 22,959 properties in Detroit that have greater than a 26% chance of being severely affected by flooding over the next 30 years. In terms of temperature, Detroit will face the challenge of increasing the number of days with extreme temperature in the future. Detroit metro region has averaged only 1.3 days above 95 Fahrenheit over the past 30 years, and those days will change to 3 to 7 within 5 to 25 years, 5 to 16 by mid-century, and 15 to 67 by the end of century. What that comes an increase in energy cost and violent crime. So if Detroit has the potential to be a climate refuge, what should we do? Through the study of present city, repair and construction of infrastructure, investment in affordable housing, and the preservation of existing structures, creating job opportunity, and improving of social service are critical to remaining affordable cities for existing residents, avoiding climate gentrification, and promoting climate destination to newcomers. Detroit is rich with technological infrastructure supporting manufacturing, movement of goods and services, and associated human settlement. The convergence of multiple blue, green, gray, white infrastructure systems indicates the geography of the city. White infrastructure is associated with telecommunication, energy generation, and delivery. Detroit's southwestern corner is home to many energy-producing plants that power the city and its surrounding area. The existing water system in the city routes stormwater towards the wastewater treatment plant in southwestern Detroit. During periods of heavy rainfall, this system can become overwhelmed and discharge untreated sewage into the Detroit and Rouge River. Blue infrastructure refers to water elements like rivers, canals, ponds, wetlands, floodplains, and etc. It will tell us about the ecological restoration potential of Detroit's urban site. Green infrastructure will be a useful tool in dealing with flooding. Detroit reached its peak population of 1.8 million in 1950. Since then, the population has declined for 60 years, losing 61% of its population. This situation may be reversed in the future. Detroit will welcome more than 10,000 climate migrants by 2050 because of sea level rise alone. We need to prepare for the future. Planning at the city level is essential to creating and sustaining livable places. In the case of Detroit and its unique neighborhood, addressing vacant lots requires a comprehensive approach with diverse strategies. Through the vacancy rate, neighborhood vacancy types are divided into three categories: stable, affected, threatened. Prioritizing high concentration area of vacancy for immediate action may help stabilize declining property value and prevent further neighborhood decay. The land use map summarized the major categories of land use found in Detroit and is the foundation for creating broad strategy for vacant land management. Based on these land use categories, 4 typologies were identified to reflect areas in which vacant lots are prevalent and where revitalization can have the greatest impact. The 4 typologies are residential, commercial, and mixed-use, landscape, and industrial. The success of addressing vacant lots on a wide scale will require a site's final design to correspond to a site's location, such as immediate adjacence and soil types. In the climate adaptation section, the 4 functional categories are a combination of stormwater management, urban heat island effect mitigation, and resilient community building strategy. Each of these functional categories contains many possible spatial types. The 21 possible spatial types are classified according to the intensity of intervention required, which are higher, moderate, and low. Native plant gardens, for example, cost little to build and maintain. Such gardens can be built in low flood or isolated lots to provide habitats for native species. Based on the work mentioned earlier, the final product might be a design toolbox. The neighborhood planning matrix combines the neighborhood vacancy typologies with the appropriate land use categories found in Detroit. Each block in the matrix is associated with potential site design options for each possible combination of land use and vacancy. For example, there are more vacant lots and fewer residents in mainly single-family households with a vacancy rate higher than 25% threatened community. This means that this area will place more low-intensity space to improve environmental issues, such as flooding. There will be social and entertainment space in areas with residents are concentrated, such as outlots and native plant garden. The site design matrix will be used for specific vacant land design. For example, in a single vacant lot with high infiltration rate soil, we can build rain garden, native plant garden, art space, energy fields, and playgrounds on it, or any combination of them. Here shows a single vacant lot with a combination of a native plant garden, playground, and infiltration basin. Soil with very low infiltration rate are not suitable for placing high use intensity spaces. This kind of spaces often means a large area of paving. Even if water permeable material are used, it may face the problem of ground runoff in heavy rain. Due to Detroit will attract a certain number of climate immigrants in the future, it is going to have to invest in policy and programs to increasing its affordable housing stock and protect existing structure. The housing ecosystem map on the right provides a visual representation of organizations that provide opportunity for homeowners and renters in Detroit. The color and size of a circle is driven by the types of organization it is and how many connections it has. Based on federal guidelines, $702, the average monthly rent in Detroit is affordable to households making just above 60% of area median income or more. However, 56% of Detroit's renters households make 50% or less of area median income. Faced with this situation, the government, foundations, and companies have provided a series of incentives for new and old homeowners and renters. Along with the opportunity and challenges, let's look forward to Detroit's renewal as the next climate-safe home. Thank you for listening.